As many of you know, I am Frank Gates. I'm one of the assistant directors for the communications department. I lead most of the design work for the UAW. I had our print shop, the new online store, and I handle a lot of the interdepartmental requests that come in. First, I want to say thank you to Director Chrissy Jamraglu and our Luca coordinator, Roy Escandon, for giving me this opportunity to present this evening. So this course is going to be designed to teach you all about a few of the amazing free products out there to make you more of an effective local union communicator. While some of these are free products, there are some costs that are associated with some of the applications and programs that I'm going to show you today. Now, typically when you use free programs, you will not have some of the same functionality that you would get had you paid for the service. So when you are using free or close to free programs, you're going to have to pack your patience and try to be as creative as you can. Walter Reuther, he once said that the union is nothing more than a set of tools, and what we do with those tools will determine how effective the union is. My hope is that by the end of this course, I will have given you a few tools to add to your local union communicator bag that will help you all be more effective local union communicators. So I decided to break this course into about 3 buckets: creative, production, and storage and file sharing. There's so much information online. Technology changes constantly, which means there's always going to be something new or improved that will aid you in delivering great communication. Now, as a local union communicator, you want to be able to produce quality images, graphics, videos, posts, etc. And you may not have the funding to do that. So don't worry. That is what I'm here for. So I'm going to give you some tips and tricks to help you with your projects. And I want you all to be able to have the same ability to create content just like any of the larger local unions. So when I talk about creative, I'm talking about the ways in which we communicate as UAW members. As some of you have learned in Solid Web or Action Network trainings, Solid Web is designed for regions and local unions that want to have a consistent website experience for their locals. Solid Web is specifically built to meet the needs of the labor movement. Not only are websites easily customizable, they're based on the needs of the UAW and they're easy to manage. Each site that's created in Solid Web is responsive, meaning it looks great on mobile devices and desktops and everything in between. New features to the platform are also sourced from feedback from the UAW and locals, meaning that the tool evolves to meet the changing needs of your local union. In most cases, there is little to no cost to use this tool. The UAW and the AFL-CIO offer free ongoing trainings and support for site administrators, and they handle all software updates. You can find these trainings at aflcio.org/training. So when your local union is on Solid Web, this site is going to allow your local union to post articles, events, biographies. You can do web forms, publications, and you can do promotions. So for those that are not on Solid Web, you can sign up at uawsolidweb.org, then click the sign up for Solid Web. And when you do, just be sure that your local union president fills out and signs the participation agreement PDF and then uploads it with your online application under the appropriate region. I know many of our locals are currently using Action Network. So with Action Network, you can publish actions to the public, such as a petition to an elected official. You can do RSVPs. You can do an RSVP form. You can do a survey to collect answers from a community. You can fundraise to collect money for an upcoming campaign, or you can do letter campaigns and have activists email elected officials. You can also use it to send out emails to your members about contract or bargaining updates. As activists take action and fill out the forms that you publish, Those activists are opted into your email list. And then using Silent Web's built-in mass mailing tool, you can contact that list of activists whenever you want and download the data for additional analysis. In short, along with Silent Web, the Action Network includes everything that you need to organize online. This includes assisting in online communication for your local union. Now, if you already have Silent Web and you want to add Action Network, simply go to uawsilentweb.org. Again, click on the sign up for Action Network, and then follow the on-screen instructions. They're pretty easy to follow. So remember, this is the tool that's going to allow your local union to utilize email, forms, and petitions to communicate with your members. And how much does this cost? This is pretty much free. And I hope after tonight that many of you take advantage of this tool if you are not already on it, or if your local union is not already on it. So now that I've gone over Silent Web and Action Network, now you may want to make your website or messages more attractive with images. In order to do that, you as a local union communicator, you should use rights-free images. It's important to use rights-free images because you're protecting you and your local union against any potential legal consequences. These next few slides are where you can obtain rights-free images for any of the work that you're producing. Pixabay.com. Pixabay is a great website for obtaining free images. Personally, this is one of my favorites. Not only can you use this for photos, but you can get illustrations, you can get vectors, you can get a little bit of like small video clips, even some music. Many times attribution is not needed, but remember to check each photo or elements licensing for how it should be used. Wiki Commons, all media found on this site can be used commercially, and anybody can use it. Each media file contains a license and information about its use. More times than not, the license is going to require you to just give credit to the author. And if any of you would like to share your media with Wiki Commons, you can. You just need to create an account and then just follow the on-screen instructions. Canva, which I'm sure is a lot of people's favorite. You can get both free and paid images from Canva. I'm going to talk more about Canva in a moment. But if you do decide to pay for Canva, you'll be charged like $1. Well, I'm sorry, if you don't decide to pay for Canva, you will be charged about $1 for each image or element used. You should be able to find something free on Canva. You just need to sign up for the free account and search for the image that's suitable for your project. I think it's worth it to pay about $116 per year, simply because you just get a lot of functionality out of this kind of program. The Library of Congress, this is a good place to go for historical photos. Most of their content is either in the public domain or has no known copyright, or it has been cleared by the copyright owner for public use. Social media. Now, when it comes to social media for local union communicators, there's plenty of apps you can find on your phone or across the internet. These next few slides are just going to be some of the best apps that you can use to create social media content. So back to Canva. So Canva is a program is going to fulfill most of your creative needs as a local union communicator, especially for social media. Canva has the free images that you can use for most social media platforms, be it Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. You can also design posters, flyers, you can do business cards, presentations, you can get your virtual backgrounds, some cases logos, you can do videos, graphs, my goodness. You can even do infographics. And a lot of times, we as communicators, we feel like we have to spend hours coming up with creative ways to display our content on a website or social media. And we could just be making better use of our time, especially if we are the only one responsible for it at our local, by utilizing a program like this. Now, here are some things that you can create with a program like Canva. These are just a few examples. So here we have a graphic for a holiday brunch and an appreciation day. both for Region 1A. You can do more cool graphics around topics that are important to union members, like voter registration, especially since we are in an election year. The Adobe Suite, this offers a few applications to assist you with your social media content, such as the Adobe Creative Cloud Express, Photoshop, then Lightroom, and Premiere Rush on your mobile devices. These applications are all free and are good for use for photos and Adobe Premiere Rush for video. But they are limited in what they can do because these are the mobile versions of those programs. I'm going to show you all an example of this a bit later in the presentation. And if you are looking to purchase additional programs, you should consider purchasing the Adobe Suite or the programs in this that best suit your needs. You do pay a monthly fee for this, and a lot of this is cloud-based. Your local can purchase this for as low as $55 a month, and I think for what you get, it's a good investment. TikTok. TikTok gives you all the ability to create very short videos, and it allows the user to customize music, your own clips, filters, and effects. You can do this all within the app. The content here is easily shareable across other social media platforms. Here's a quick example of what one UAW Luca member did last year. And I want to thank Sister Jackson for this video. Hopefully we got it playing. Myself. My name is Again, this is a popular video, all done from a mobile device. BizArt is similar to Canva. This is another good program, and this is going to fulfill most of your creative needs, especially for social media. In this program, you can create flyers, posters, you can do Instagram stories, photo collages. This program or it has mostly free features. If you are looking to buy, it's about $72 a year, which I believe comes to like $6 a month. We're going to move into surveys. Surveys are a great way to capture and understand the needs of your membership. I talked a little bit earlier about surveys and forums in Action Network. So for those of you that may want a little bit more functionality than what's offered, as it pertains to surveys, you can upgrade using some of the more mainstream services. And here are a few. SurveyMonkey, it does have a free subscription. You can send unlimited surveys with up to 10 questions. Response limits do apply. If you need more than what's allowed, there are plans starting around $25 a month. One of the cool things about this is that you get analytics about your survey. This is also the case with the next few that we're going to talk about. JotForm. With this application, you can get paid upgrades. You can create 5 forms a month with 100 monthly submissions. If you need more than that, you can upgrade to a plan that best fits the needs of your local. And I want you all to note that when you use free applications, the majority of the time, you can't use your own logo. Google Forms is another good one. With Google Forms, you can customize your colors, images, and fonts. You can adjust the whole look and feel to reflect your organization's branding. And I'm pretty sure that most of you on this webinar have used Google Forms in one way or another. When it comes to music, you can find royalty-free music in some of the programs we mentioned before, like Canva and Pixabay. In addition to those, there's Bensound, there's Epidemic Sound, and Motion Array. Remember, when you use music, stock video, or photos, you got to adhere to the licensing guidelines on how to use the elements to avoid legal issues. QR codes. QR codes, they've pretty much gained popularity in the past few years. For instance, during the pandemic, many restaurants, they went to using QR codes for visitors to view the menu. As you saw in a lot of the material we used in the Big Three contract campaign, we use QR codes to link members to information and resources. And we're currently still doing that now. Um, Using a QR code, this is a great way to promote your social media pages, newsletters, or magazines. The applications we're about to look at allow the user to view some analytics about the QR code, such as how many scans or clicks it received. This lets you know how effective the QR code is. So let's look at a few programs that will be useful for you. Flow code. With Flow Code, you get 3 free codes per month in addition to unlimited scans. And you can get some advanced analytics. You can also customize your code, which is great for branding. Flow Code is going to allow, Flow Code will likely be your best option if you're looking for something free and something that's going to be easy to use. I'm pretty sure many of you have used QR Code Monkey. It's free and allows for limited customization. You will have to pay if you want any statistics about your QR code. And if you like this application, if you like it enough, you can upgrade to QR Code Generator. So with QR Code Generator, just note that many QR Code generators offer a free trial, but usually after that free trial period, you're going to have to pay, such as with this application. Starting out, you get 2 dynamic QR codes per month. That includes 10,000 scans for $10 a month. This is great if you're using it for like monthly newsletters or publications. And also QR codes are a great way to save paper. Short codes. Short codes are used to display a web address by using a shorter link. Now, we've all at some point or another have been sent a link that spans over like 2 to 3 text messages long because the link was entirely too long. Short codes are great for solving that problem, and they save character space when you're sending out text messages, emails, or posting on social media when character limits do apply. You can also get statistics about the link you set up. The most mainstream program out there for using short codes is bit.ly.com. With Bitly, you get about 5 links per month free. And if you go into Bitly and you look at their plans, they pretty much have plans for all of your needs. And so when you use a short code, this is going to allow you to take this big long link and turn it into something like this, and it's something that you'll be able to measure. Production. So since the start of the pandemic in 2020, we've kind of seen how important video has become in our everyday lives. People use their cell phones to create and edit short videos. So here are just a few things you can do on a dime to help you all create professional looking videos. So when you're doing video, especially when it comes to lighting, which is very important, your local may not have the money to invest in the best lighting equipment for video or even photos. And this is where it becomes important to take advantage of the free natural light that's around us. Also, make sure that your camera lens is clean. Taking a step up, you can also purchase cheap lighting for under $10 that easily attaches to a computer, phone, or a tripod. This kind of lighting is only good for still videos such as Zoom meetings or Facebook Lives. Now, we've all been in situations where someone is filming a video and they have a phone sitting against something and it falls over, and you saw a video that gave you motion sickness because the person filming couldn't keep their hand steady. The easiest fix to these kinds of problems are tripods. You can find tripods online at any major grocery store for under $10. Now, I'm not saying these are going to be the best of the best, but they could get the job done. And then many of these tripods, they do allow for lighting attachments. Your phone. We all know that DSLR cameras are going to give you the better resolution, the sharpness and clarity when filming, but there are some advantages to using your phone. Phones have decent video and image quality these days, and they keep getting better and better. And they're portable. There are different apps for editing like Adobe Premiere Rush. Your phone is likely to be with you at all times. Phones work really well with any tripod or lighting kit. The cell phones of today, they do have the ability to film in 4K and take high resolution photos. Editing. So when it comes to editing a video, you're going to have to decide what editing program works best for you. Here are a few that are likely already available to you on a computer. Now, it's important to remember that when using several free programs to edit a video, it's going to be more difficult to edit your final project. So it's better to use just one application if you can, when using something outside of the Adobe suite. Now, if you have a Windows computer, your computer comes with Microsoft Clipchamp or a free video editor, depending on the version of Windows you have. If you got an Apple computer, your computer comes with iMovie. And iMovie, as well as Windows Movie Maker or video editor, that allows you to do simple edits to a video. If you have access to Microsoft Office, believe it or not, you can use Microsoft PowerPoint to put together a simple video with music and transitions. For PowerPoint, this is best for like picture slideshows, because you really can't use it for anything else. There's also a number of phone applications you can use to edit video. Phone applications are easier to use if you have recorded footage from a cell phone, because there's no need to transfer that data from one device to another. And one of the phone apps for that is InShot. And InShot is a video and photo editing app for iOS and Android. It allows users to create high quality videos. You can do collages. InShot has a variety of features. You can trim your video, you can merge video clips, you can add effects, apply filters, put your own music, you can do voiceover, you can even add text to it. CapCut is another free one. This is an all-in-one video editing app. It allows users to create and edit videos for social media. It has a variety of features, including basic and advanced editing tools. You can kind of do some of the same things you can do in InShot, which is trim video, split it. You can adjust the speed of the clips. You can put new clips in. CapCut also gives you auto captions, text to speech, and it can remove backgrounds in some instances. Photography. So sometimes at your local union, when you're at an event or whatnot, something special can come up without a moment's notice, and you might not have that DSLR camera to take a quick picture, nor do you have the time to download the picture and clean it up and then post it to social media. The phone in your hand can likely do this job, especially with today's technology. Today's camera phones, they have, I think they've closed the gap on many of the DSLR cameras. So if you find yourself in a situation where you need to use your phone to take pictures, here are a few free and inexpensive ways to shoot and edit your photos. Adobe Lightroom, which we touched on before, is part of the Adobe suite, and it's free to use on mobile. You would use an app like Lightroom to touch up any photos that you may have, especially if you're at an event or a rally. Filters and presets can also be applied in Lightroom, as you can see in this photo. And a benefit to using Lightroom is that you have the ability to edit multiple photos all at once. Photoshop Mobile. This has a few more features than Lightroom. Photoshop Mobile It allows you to dehaze pictures. You can remove unwanted colors. You can erase background noise, and you can smooth over imperfections. One of my favorite, and this is my favorite, PixArt. This app allows you guys to do some of the same things that you can do in Lightroom and Photoshop Mobile. It does come with a small fee. Um, it allows you to crop images, apply a number of free effects that are pretty much similar to Photoshop. So the next thing we're moving on to is storage and file sharing. Um, Storing and archiving information is important for every local union communicator. Whether you're trying to archive or save files, videos, images, or programs, it's important to keep them all in one place. And I know a lot of local unions have this issue. So here are a few platforms that are free for limited storage, but do charge based on the amount of storage that you will need. So let's take a look at a few. Google Drive. Google Drive offers a plethora of benefits. Uh, this allows you guys to store and share files of any size. The same files can be shared with anyone, even if they don't have a Google account. This is very important. Google Drive is free for the first 15 gigabytes, and then you do get charged when you go over that. For instance, if you want to go up to 100 gigs, that's about $2 a month. And if you want 200 gigs, that's like $3 a month. So again, something cheap and affordable. Dropbox is another good one. It doesn't offer as much as Google Drive in terms of word processing and presentation programs, but it is great for storage. With Dropbox, just like Google, you don't have to have an account to download files that are sent to you. It's free for the first 2.5 gigabytes, and then prices start at about $10 per month for 2 terabytes of storage. OneDrive is a part of the Microsoft Office suite, and it's great for storage and file sharing. The Office 365 suite is a little more advanced than Google, but is worth the $9.99 a month for 2 to 6 people. With this plan, each person does get 1 terabyte of storage, which is quite a bit of storage. iCloud is for storage only, but it's still an option for saving and backing up your files. I use this for the files on my computer. It's free for the first 5 gigs, and then charges increase to about $1 for every 50 or so gigabytes of storage. When it comes to storing video, believe it or not, YouTube is great for this. You don't even have to publish them. You can just list them as private, and they can be shared easily. And speaking of sharing files, I'm not sure how many of you use WeTransfer. So if you ever need to send big files quick, do consider using WeTransfer. You can safely send files that are up to 2 gigabytes, which is pretty much it's gonna work in most cases. And again, if you send anything larger, consider using any of the programs that I just talked about. You can also pay $10 a month to send about 200 gigabytes, and it comes with 1 terabyte of storage. Whoever receives the link, they can download without an account, and the sender can track the downloads. So when do you buy all this stuff? You buy this when you want just more features. The best time to buy this is when it's like back to school time, Black Friday, perhaps the day after Christmas. You can also look for discounts after major holidays. And then also, if you buy the annual subscription, it is a little bit cheaper. So I believe I'm now coming up on the end of this presentation, and I will ask you all this question on screen. For those of you that may be just listening along, I'll just read it. How will the tools in this presentation make you more of an effective local union communicator? Oh, is it?
I think that the bit.ly.com suggestion was very powerful. A lot of times people will see a very long link and it'll discourage them from either typing it in or trying to copy it down. So to have a service like that and still be able to do a few of those codes a month is definitely going to be beneficial in what I'm doing. So thank you.
Okay, anybody else? And then keep in mind, like these tools here that that I suggest you all use, there's plenty of others. So if there's programs that you all use that you want to share with other people here, now's a great place to do it. And I believe somebody had a hand up or
Hey, hey Frank, I use the Adobe Creative Suite and I do the educational version because they still think I'm teaching school. But if somebody has a child that's a college student, they can sign up and get the educational version of the Creative Suite for about $400 a year. And that's the 24 programs, I think it is. So if you've got a kid in college, or if you're taking a college class, you can get the educational version that way as well.
okay. Now I do know that's Elda.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to ask if you have any recommendations for how to make photos clearer, like when we're posting on Facebook, because we keep getting this, they're blurry or they're not too clear. Is there anything or any phone or any camera that you would suggest?
So you can't make a photo clearer than what it is. What you can do is there's two effects you can put on it. One is a HDR effect. The second is a smoothing effect. But the bigger you make the photo, the more you will see its imperfections.
Thank you. I
I think
appreciate it.
the best thing to do is make certain that you're always shooting in the highest resolution. I do the Region 8 website, and a lot of times people will send me photos that they've done with their phone, and they'll send me like a 300 pixel image, and which is way too small to post to social media or on most websites. We typically do 700 pixels. So I think it goes back to you have to start with the most information you can get to begin with, and but like Frank said, there's a lot of stuff you can do to a digital image, but you simply can't make it bigger. I know there's some AI programs out there now that claim that they can do this. I'm personally skeptical about them, but you have to start with the most information you can to begin with.
Thank you.
Also, if I can just add real quick, a lot of times, the photos are given to us to publish.
Right.
But if we're taking them ourselves, always make sure that your lens is clean, both on your camera or on your phone. And again, the settings are really important, like Frank said and John said. As far as the higher the resolution, the better. And I know they're harder to transfer, but it makes posting them a heck of a lot easier. A 1 megabyte or 1 megabyte photo is going to look better than a 47 kilobyte photo. And again, it's all in the settings. So, it helps for photo editing as well. Hey, we have a comment in the chat. Frank, if you could take a look at that, how to sign up for SolidWeb. Could you post that link again?
Yeah. Let's see if I can put that in the chat here.
Okay.
I'll put it in the chat in a moment.
Okay.
Has anybody used these programs in their everyday life when it comes to union work?
So
I
I've
know
used
somebody, oh, go ahead.
I've used the Microsoft Forms in the Google Drive a lot.
Can you tell us what you use Microsoft Forms for?
So our contract negotiations was earlier this year. We used that to send out our surveys to get our information for what we needed to be bargaining for at the table. I also used that as a financial secretary. I also used that for when our membership was going on trips. I would send that out to the people going on the trip and get their information that way.
Okay.
Frank, Kristen has her hand up.
Kristen, yep.
Hi, everybody. When it comes to the tools, I definitely love using Flow Code for the QR codes. So we had a situation 2 years ago where we ordered too many T-shirts. So now what we do is we'll use a QR code for people to pre-order. So then that way we don't either under or over get shirts. And then also with Canva has so many features. I found this one cool feature where you can like remove the background. So I made flyers and I put pictures of members in the flyers to sell the shirts. And so when people see themselves, they're like, oh, that's really cool. So these tools definitely help captivate the membership. And it also helps them be more engaged, especially with the ever advancing technology that we have.
Mm-hmm. And I will say, and I believe I've said this before, I say it every time I do this class here. I started out using a lot of these free programs. I was using photo editing apps, mixing them with video apps, and I was making some really cool stuff. Then when I finally decided to take the leap, I started using the Adobe Suite, learned that, and this is how you get Frank Gates, just using this kind of stuff.
Just to answer Vonda, who basically put it in chat, a list. What we're going to do, Vonda, is we will have not only this presentation available, but we'll also have his PowerPoint presentation that we will post on our Luca page. So you will have, you can go through the slides at your leisure. Frank will provide that for us. Won't you, Frank?
Yes, I will.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions?
I am going to add as well, I do know somebody used one of these free programs to create a highlighter, which looked pretty good.
Oh, thank you so much.
Not to mention any names.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. If there are any other questions, I want to thank Frank and everybody for joining us. Hopefully, this was information that all of us can use, and we look forward to seeing you next month. Take care. Goodbye, everybody.